The laughter hurt worse than the words. High Ambassador Uxin's crystalline voice rang through the United Nations chamber, each musical note of his amusement cutting deeper than the last. His towering, iridescent form seemed to shimmer with delight as he regarded the assembled human delegates. You truly believe you're ready to join the Galactic Alliance? The translator rendered his words in perfect English, but couldn't mask the contempt. Your species still fights over patches of dirt. You barely understand quantum mechanics. You haven't even unified your planetary government. Dr. Chen stood at the podium, hands steady despite the hammering of her heart. 20 years of diplomatic training hadn't prepared her for this moment. Behind her, 300 of Earth's top representatives sat in stunned silence. Above them all, the holoprojections showed this historic moment to billions across Earth and the galaxy. Ambassador, she said, keeping her voice level, humanity has made remarkable progress in the last century. Our technological advancement. Remarkable? Uxin interrupted. You achieved space flight less than a century ago. The MX-Tali develop faster than you evolve. Even the hive clusters of Sector 9 show more promise, and they're literal insects. More laughter rippled through the alien delegation. Dr. Chen felt her cheeks burn, but she held her ground. This wasn't just about her pride, this was humanity's one chance at joining galactic civilization. We request the opportunity to prove ourselves, she said. Uxin's bioluminescent patterns shifted to what the briefings had identified as amused contempt. Very well. Since you insist on embarrassing yourselves further. He gestured with one elongated limb, and a hologram materialized in the center of the chamber. The assembled delegates gasped. Even Dr. Chen felt her professional composure crack. This, Uxin announced, is the Gordian Sphere. It's a quantum-locked data core containing the combined knowledge of 3 extinct civilizations. Every species in the Alliance has tried to access it. None have succeeded. His patterns shifted to what could only be a smirk. You have one planetary rotation to do what the greatest minds in the galaxy couldn't accomplish in millennia. The chamber erupted in protests. Dr. Chen stared at the gently rotating sphere, its surface covered in impossibly complex patterns that seemed to shift every time she blinked. And when you fail, Uxin continued, his voice cutting through the chaos, you will acknowledge your place in the galaxy's hierarchy and cease these pathetic attempts at elevation for at least 100 cycles. Dr. Chen squared her shoulders. And if we succeed? Uxin's laughter filled the chamber one final time. Then I will personally sponsor Earth's admission to the Alliance. But don't worry, little human. There's no chance of that. He didn't see Dr. Chen's slight smile. He didn't notice the way her eyes had already started tracking the sphere's patterns. And he certainly didn't realize that he'd just made the biggest mistake in his diplomatic career. After all, if there's one thing humans excel at, it's proving others wrong. 19 hours remained when Dr. Chen strode into the hastily assembled command center beneath the UN building. The room hummed with anxiety and the glow of holographic displays, all centered on the Gordian Sphere now suspended in a containment field. Talk to me, she said, addressing the assembled team of Earth's finest minds. Dr. Patel, their quantum computing expert, didn't look up from his display. It's worse than we thought. The sphere's quantum state changes every 3.8 seconds in a pattern we can't predict. Try to scan it, and it adapts. Try to breach it, and it reinforces itself. Like a living thing, murmured Dr. Rodriguez, their xenobiologist. She stood before the sphere, her augmented reality overlay painting the air with incomprehensible data streams. No, not like a living thing. Like 3 living things, fighting each other. Dr. Chen watched the sphere's surface patterns shift and morph, the 3 extinct civilizations, she said. Their knowledge isn't just stored in there, it's actively competing. Which makes accessing any of it impossible, Dr. Patel added. The quantum fluctuations alone would fry any standard computer system. We'd need processing power beyond anything humanity has ever. Wait. Dr. Chen stepped closer to the sphere. Show me the pattern analysis again. The holographic displays shifted, showing 18 hours of failed attempts by the galaxy's greatest species. The MX Tali had tried brute force quantum computing. The hive clusters had attempted biological integration. Even the mysterious void dancers had failed to penetrate the sphere's defenses. They all tried to overcome the quantum fluctuations, Dr. Chen said slowly. To impose order on chaos. Dr. Rodriguez looked up sharply. You have that tone in your voice. The one that usually precedes either brilliance or disaster. What if we're approaching this wrong? Dr. Chen's eyes never left the sphere. Every species in the Alliance comes from ordered systems. Binary stars. Stable planets. They evolved in predictability. She turned to face her team. But Earth? Our single star. Our wobbling moon. Our chaotic weather patterns. We evolved in chaos. Understanding dawned on Dr. Patel's face. You want to sync with the chaos instead of fighting it. More than that. Dr. Chen's smile grew. I want to use it. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our intelligence. It's our adaptability. Our ability to thrive in chaos. That's insane, Dr. Rodriguez whispered. Then she grinned. I love it. But we'll need. The command center's doors burst open. A junior diplomat rushed in, face pale. Ambassador Uxin is demanding access to observe our attempts. And, there's more. Dr. Chen's expression hardened. More? Other species are arriving. Word of the challenge has spread. They're coming to watch us fail. The room fell silent. On the displays, the countdown showed 18 hours remaining. The sphere continued its eternal dance of quantum chaos, mocking their efforts with its complexity. Dr. Chen straightened her jacket. Then let's give them a show they'll never forget. Dr. Patel, I need you to throw out everything you know about quantum computing. Dr. Rodriguez, gather every scrap of data we have on chaos theory evolution. And someone get me direct access to Earth's biological computing network. The BioNet? But that's still experimental. Exactly. Dr. Chen's eyes gleamed with determination. If they want to see what humanity can do, let's show them something they've never seen before. Above them, through layers of concrete and steel, they could hear the growing crowd of alien observers. All coming to witness humanity's greatest humiliation. They had no idea they were about to witness humanity's greatest triumph instead. The BioNet wasn't supposed to catch fire. Dr. Chen watched through reinforced glass as emergency systems doused the smoking remains of their first attempt. The biological computers, living tissue merged with quantum processors, had managed 3 seconds of connection with the Gordian sphere before spectacularly self-destructing. In the observation gallery above, Ambassador Uxin's bioluminescence pulsed with what could only be smugness. He'd brought 24 representatives from various Alliance species to witness humanity's failure. Their murmured conversations, even filtered through translators, carried clear notes of derision. The tissue samples are intact, Dr. Rodriguez reported, her voice tight with excitement despite the setback. And look at this. She gestured at her display, where data scrolled past faster than human eyes could track. The BioNet didn't fail, it was processing successfully. It just couldn't handle the volume. Dr. Patel leaned in, his eyes widening. These patterns, they're not random at all. The sphere isn't fighting us. It's dancing, Dr. Chen finished. She stepped closer to the containment field, studying the sphere's shifting surface. The 3 civilizations aren't competing. They're in harmony. We've been thinking about this all wrong, again. A new voice cut through their revelation. Your primitive attempts are fascinating, but perhaps it's time to accept the inevitable. They turned to find Ambassador Oxin had descended to their level, his crystalline form towering over them. Behind him, other alien observers crowded the doorway, their various sensory organs fixed on the humans with a mixture of curiosity and contempt. 15 hours remain, Oxin continued. You've destroyed your most advanced technology and achieved nothing. Even the MX Tali lasted longer before admitting defeat. Dr. Chen was about to respond when she noticed something odd. The sphere's patterns had shifted subtly since Oxin entered. Almost like. Dr. Rodriguez, she said carefully, run a quantum resonance scan on our guest. Oxin's patterns flickered with surprise. I hardly see how. The sphere responds to him, Dr. Rodriguez breathed, staring at her readings. Not just him, all of them. Every alien species here affects its quantum state. Dr. Chen's mind raced. Because they're all connected. The alliance isn't just political, is it, Ambassador? There's a quantum entanglement linking all your species. The 3 civilizations in the sphere, they're your ancestors. Oxin's bioluminescence dimmed. How did you? Because we're the only ones who could see it, Dr. Patel interrupted, understanding dawning on his face. Every other species is part of the pattern. They can't perceive it objectively because they're inside it. But humans. We're outside looking in, Dr. Chen finished. Our chaos, our disconnection, it's not our weakness. It's our strength. We can see what you can't because we're not bound by your quantum harmony. She turned to her team. New plan. Forget trying to sync with the sphere. We need to build something that can observe without connecting. Something uniquely human. Oxin's voice carried an edge of concern now. You cannot possibly. Dr. Rodriguez, strip down the bionet. Remove every quantum entangled component. Dr. Patel, I need you to design the most unstable, chaotic processing system you can imagine. We're going to embrace our humanity, our beautiful, messy, chaotic humanity. The alien observers shifted uneasily. Some began to withdraw from the room. They could sense something changing, a shift in the presumed natural order. 13 hours to build something that's never existed, Dr. Rodriguez said. Using principles that defy conventional physics. While the entire galactic community watches. She grinned. Just another Tuesday for humanity, right? Dr. Chen wasn't listening. Her attention was fixed on the sphere, where the patterns had started to shift in a way she'd never seen before. Almost as if it was waiting for something new. Stop them. Stop them now. The command center erupted in chaos as representatives from a dozen alien species burst through the doors. Their universal translators created a cacophony of overlapping demands, but their message was clear: humanity's experiment had to end. Dr. Chen stood protectively in front of their half-assembled device, a mess of biological processors and quantum sensors that deliberately violated every principle of alliance engineering. On what grounds? A tall, serpentine being with fractal patterns rippling across its scales slithered forward. I am head researcher SSF of the MX Tali Science Council. Your approach threatens the very fabric of galactic stability. The quantum harmony. The quantum cage, you mean, Dr. Rodriguez interrupted, her hands still moving across her control panel. That's what this is really about, isn't it? Your precious alliance isn't just politically connected. You're quantum locked. Every species, bound together in perfect, predictable harmony. It is the natural order, Oxin declared, his crystalline form pulsing with agitation. The 3 civilizations within the sphere achieved perfect quantum resonance. Their knowledge can only be accessed by those who share in that harmony. Perfect harmony, Dr. Chen repeated softly. Perfect stagnation, you mean? How long has it been since the Alliance made a truly new discovery? Created something genuinely unexpected? The aliens shifted uncomfortably. Dr. Patel looked up from his calculations, eyes wide. That's why you're really here, isn't it? Not to witness our failure. To prevent our success. 11 hours remain, Uxin announced, ignoring the accusation. Your attempt has been amusing, but... The lights went out. In the darkness, only Uxin's bioluminescence and the sphere's quantum shimmer provided illumination. Emergency power failed to engage. What have you done? Dr. Chen demanded, but the aliens looked equally confused. Dr. Rodriguez's voice cut through the darkness, the bionet. It's gone. All our data, the prototype, everything's been wiped. This wasn't a power failure. This was a targeted attack. The lights flickered back on, revealing their devastated lab. Smoking ruins were all that remained of their work. On every screen, the same message scrolled in Alliance Standard: harmony must be maintained. Well, Uxin's voice carried a note of false sympathy. It seems the universe itself rejects your chaotic approach. Perhaps now you'll accept. 10 hours, Dr. Chen interrupted, her voice steel. We did more in 7 hours than your alliance has done in centuries. We scared you so badly that someone felt the need to sabotage us. And we did it all with nothing but human ingenuity. She turned to her team, her eyes blazing with a fire that made even the alien observers step back. Dr. Rodriguez, what tech do we have that's completely isolated? Never connected to any network? My old quantum simulator. It's archaic, but, wait. You don't mean... Dr. Patel, what can you build with just the components in this room? No outside resources, no alliance tech, nothing but human engineering? He looked around, a slow smile spreading across his face. Something terrible. Something beautiful. Something they'd never expect. You cannot succeed, SSF insisted. The harmony. To hell with your harmony, Dr. Chen said quietly. Humanity didn't climb out of the caves by being harmonious. We didn't reach the stars by being predictable. We did it by being stubborn, creative, and too damn stupid to know when we were beaten. She addressed her team: strip everything down. Start from scratch. Let's show them what chaos can really do. In the corner, unnoticed by the arguing humans and aliens, the Gordian sphere's patterns had changed. For the first time in millennia, they weren't shifting in their usual dance. They were spiraling. Like water circling a drain. Like something about to break free. What are they doing? Head researcher SSF demanded, his fractal scales shifting in patterns of distress. This defies all known principles of quantum engineering. The humans had transformed the command center into something that would give Alliance safety inspectors nightmares. Cables snaked across the floor in apparently random patterns. Dr. Patel's terrible, beautiful device looked like it had been assembled by a caffeine-addicted octopus with a degree in abstract art. Is that a coffee maker? Uxin asked, his crystalline form clouding with confusion. Thermal regulation system, Dr. Rodriguez corrected, not looking up from where she was apparently hot wiring the quantum simulator into a modified microwave. Also coffee. We're going to need a lot of coffee. Dr. Chen stood in the center of the chaos, directing the flow of human ingenuity like a conductor leading the world's most unorthodox orchestra. The Alliance approaches everything through harmony, she explained, more for her team's benefit than the observers. Each component precisely tuned, each process perfectly aligned. But that's not how humanity works. Obviously, Uxin muttered, watching a junior technician solve a power fluctuation by hitting something with a wrench. We're messy, Dr. Chen continued. We take things apart and put them back together wrong. We make mistakes and stumble on solutions no one else would ever consider. We jury-rig and improvise and somehow end up advancing despite ourselves. Dr. Patel emerged from beneath a console, his hair standing on end from static electricity. The quantum field manipulator is ready. Though I should mention it's less manipulating and more violently disagreeing with the laws of physics. Perfect. Dr. Chen turned to Dr. Rodriguez. Biological interface? Ready. I cannibalized 3 coffee makers, a microwave, and what I'm pretty sure was someone's lunch. It's either going to let us perceive quantum states or make really good espresso. Possibly both. The alien observers muttered among themselves. Their translators struggled to keep up with the technical terminology, but phrases like, completely insane, and violation of fundamental principles, came through clearly. 7 hours remained on the countdown when Dr. Chen called for silence. The jerry-rigged system hummed ominously. The Gordian sphere pulsed with patterns that even the Alliance species had never seen before. What we're about to attempt, Dr. Chen announced, has never been done before. Not because it's impossible, but because no one else would be crazy enough to try it. We're going to take everything the Alliance knows about quantum harmony and do the exact opposite. You'll destroy yourselves, SSF warned. Maybe, Dr. Chen agreed. But humanity's greatest discoveries have always come from someone being just stupid enough to try the impossible. She looked at her team. Ready? Dr. Rodriguez grinned. Probably not. Let's do it anyway. Dr. Patel's hands flew across his console. Quantum field is, well, I wouldn't say stable, but it's definitely doing something. Initiating biological interface, Dr. Rodriguez reported. Also, anyone want coffee? Because that's definitely happening too. Dr. Chen took a deep breath. Start the sequence. Let's show them what humanity's chaos can really do. The machines roared to life. The sphere's patterns accelerated. And in that moment, something unprecedented happened, something that would change the galaxy forever. The 3 ancient civilizations within the sphere, locked for millennia in their perfect quantum harmony, encountered something they'd never experienced before, pure, undiluted human chaos. The laughter wasn't sound. It was pure quantum resonance, rippling through reality like waves on a cosmic pond. The aliens recoiled, their own quantum-entangled natures sensing something unprecedented, impossible. The Gordian sphere's surface had become a kaleidoscope of shifting patterns, moving faster than any recording system could track. But Dr. Chen wasn't trying to record it anymore. She was watching the spaces between the patterns, the chaos in the order. Look at the quantum fluctuations, she breathed. They're not random. They're not even fluctuations. They're dancing, Dr. Rodriguez finished, her eyes glued to her displays. But not like before. This isn't their usual harmony. This is jazz. Uxin surged forward. Stop this at once. You're disrupting patterns that have existed for millennia. The knowledge within the sphere must be preserved in its pure. Dr. Chen's laugh matched the sphere's resonance. There's nothing pure about knowledge. Knowledge is messy. It grows. It changes. It evolves. She turned to her team. Increase power to the chaos inductors. The what? SSF demanded. You cannot possibly have. Oh, we don't, Dr. Patel admitted cheerfully, his fingers dancing across his makeshift controls. We're making this up as we go along. That's kind of our thing. The sphere's patterns accelerated further. The laughter grew stronger. And then, in every display, in every quantum sensor, in every translator in the room, words began to appear. Not harmony. Symphony. Of course, Dr. Chen whispered. The 3 civilizations, they weren't trying to achieve perfect harmony. They were trying to create something new. Something that could only exist when different patterns came together. Not by becoming the same, but by remaining different. The alien observers pressed against the walls as the quantum resonance filled the room. Their own bioluminescence, their fractal patterns, their crystalline structures, all began to pulse in time with the sphere's new rhythm. The Alliance got it wrong, Dr. Rodriguez said, understanding dawning. You thought they wanted everything to be in perfect, unchanging harmony. But they were composers, not prison guards. They wanted to create music, and music needs chaos, needs discord, needs surprise. Uxin's crystalline form vibrated with distress. This is not how it's done. This is not the way. This is exactly the way, Dr. Chen interrupted. This is how humanity does everything. We take different pieces that shouldn't work together, and we make them dance. We find beauty in discord, strength in diversity, progress in chaos. The sphere's surface began to crack, not breaking, but transforming. Light poured from the fissures, and with it came more words. We have waited. We have watched. We have hoped. Dr. Patel's jury-rigged systems were smoking now, pushed far beyond their limits. Whatever we're going to do, he called, we need to do it fast. Dr. Chen stepped forward, placing her hand near the sphere's containment field. We're ready, she said simply. Show us your symphony. The sphere shattered. But it didn't break. Instead, it exploded into a billion points of light, each one carrying a fragment of knowledge, a piece of wisdom, a note in an infinite song. The lights swirled around the room, around each person present, human and alien alike. And in that moment, everyone understood. The three ancient civilizations hadn't locked their knowledge away to keep it pure. They'd been waiting for someone chaotic enough, creative enough, human enough to set it free. They'd been waiting for a species that knew how to improvise.